Excuse me. Welcome to another California Guy video with your host, California Guy. What's up, people? Welcome to another video entitled Pro-Black Ideals, Why Tariq Nasheed Was Right on the Hispanic Community Going Against Donald Trump, and how it worked and what black people could take cues from. Okay, let's start the video out by saying shout out to the Hispanic brothers, brown brothers out there who successfully removed Donald Trump's from NBC and removed him from the Miss America pageant. The Hispanic community has a very good infrastructure when it comes to dealing with issues in their race. I know because me being a Californian, I've been friends and been around a lot of Mexicans. And Mexicans have Mexican power, pro Mexican, like you said, pro black power, pro blacks. You have pro Mexican. They're not divisive. They're very determined. They're trained in the art of getting their agenda done. And I give Hispanic people that. In other cultures in the United States, that also I give them credit. Italians, Irish, but mainly Mexicans. Mexicans work tandemly to get Donald Trump fired from NBC. And black people, we have trouble with our own race with getting stuff done. And I was looking at a post that Tariq Nasheed put up on Facebook, and he said that, you know, black people need to take heed from the Hispanic people. And I totally agree with him on that. That we should take heed to what the Mexican people have done in getting Donald Trump removed from NBC. They protested. Univision dropped them. Now let's flip this around a little bit. Let's flip this and do a what-if scenario. If it was Donald Trump and he said that about African Americans, what would have happened? And he had the show on CBS Viacom. First of all, Donald Trump would have been able to come on BET. BET would have never dropped him. Secondly, all the coons and regular blacks would have said there was nothing wrong with it. And then you'd have blacks like myself and pro-blacks saying it was a bad thing and that he should be fired from there. So it would have been a big skirmish. We'd have had many shows and discussions on why. And that's the problem with black people, is that black people refuse to share the ideals based on hating. I think that the black race is the most weak. I think we are a weak race at times. I think we're a very weak race because we're never unified for an agenda, because we all have different, and not all ideals are bad from different black people, because I don't want to say that all ideals are bad, but we can never come up with a proper solution and agenda. Now, I hear stuff about black people having leadership, and people say, oh, well, what about unity in leadership? First of all, and they blame Obama and Al Sharpton and different leaders. They said, well, they don't have no solutions. A lot of people have told me this in the comment section of my videos. I respect a lot of my critics. Don't get it twisted. I have a lot of critics. Criticism is good. You know, I'm one of the people that don't mind criticism. But here's one thing that the critics have always asked me. They've asked me, Cali Guy, pro-blacks don't come up with solutions. It's been said by a lot of my critics and a lot of enemies. They've told me that. And they're right. We don't have really an agenda, because our agenda, it comes in tandem. Now, I do have an agenda. My agenda is for workplace racism, equality, better housing for African Americans. Those are the ideals I advocate. And then there are solutions, practical solutions to some of these things that we want. But the problem with African American people is we can never have a unified ideal in order to pursue it. Mexican people's ideal was immigration reform. That was their ideal, and they beat that in. Whereas we've gained some rights, and then we're still working on some rights at the same time. And so it becomes difficult for the African American collective to come up with different ideals. And then you have different roadblocks. You have white people, racists, white supremacy. Then you have coons. Then you have some regular blacks and pro-blacks that go against your ideals, because we're not a unified collective. One thing Mexican people have in common is they have support for all their people. Whenever it's something with immigration and family, Mexican people pursue it. I don't care if it's in the entertainment field. I don't care if it's activists. I don't care what it is. They pretty much are consistent with their message, whereas we're not really consistent with our message. So that's the problem with African American people. So once we come up with these solutions, and again, the critics is right on some things. So yes, we do have a lot of big speeches on that, but if we could get a unified, realistic goal, not a grandiose goal, then we could pursue with the ideal. I think one ideal we can pursue is workplace racism and money. I do think, because the job I work at, we have a lot of politicking, as they call it, and I see it even at the job I'm at. You know, people that should have been promoted don't get promoted because of white supremacy. But that's another story. But think about it, people. Think about what I'm saying. Let's have unity. Let's come together. Congratulations to our Hispanic brothers. Peace out.